Hi guys.
Oh, you said hi guys. I was doing this.
Picking your eye. I thought you were picking your nose. I looked over and you're just going at it. I was like, Jesus.
My eye itches.
Get it. Hi guys, it's Robin.
And Devin.
Just holding a book.
From Books by the Dozen. And we're going to be doing our December wrap-up and our January to be read.
This TBR has a theme, and it is books that we should have read in 2012. We feel like there's books out there, like really good books that people have been raving about that we just didn't get around to. And January is going to be our time to catch up.
Yes.
Better late than never. And there's a lot of sequels coming out in the next few months, too. So, gotta read.
Yep.
Gotta read.
But first, let's do our wrap-up. We were both failures
Okay,
at reading in December.
I know, excuses. December is ridiculously busy for us. Like, you know, we're lucky when we get sleep.
Yeah.
So I only read 2 books, and I read those while I was sick, so I couldn't work. Okay, so the 2 books that I read too, it's so sad. So sad. In December, they're actually, you know, one's a sequel to the other. It's If I Stay and Where I Went by Gail Forman, and I loved both of them. I loved them so much that I went outside when I was sick and bought the next book because I needed to read it. The first book, If I Stay, it actually starts off where her whole family is in a car crash, and so she's sort of outside of her body, and, you know, she sees her parents who, you know, die on the scene, and she's watching, you know, as her and her brother are lifted to the hospital and things happen, and that's where the book takes off. And it, like, you know, from the beginning, I knew when I picked it up, I was 13 pages in, and I'm like, well, I know I'm not putting this one down.
I only read 2 books, and I was, like, about half as busy as Robin, so I just failed. The first book that I read was Eve and Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know, it just wasn't... It was good, but it didn't wow me or anything, which I was kind of disappointed. But I also think I had too high of expectations, so I kind of ruined it for myself.
Hate that.
A little bit. But I will definitely read the sequel. But it just wasn't, like, fantastic or anything like that. The second book that I read this month, last month, which is kind of appropriate because it was December, and that's Decked with Holly by Marnie Bates. And I also gave this one a 3 out of 5, but I was expecting that just because something just made a noise outside my window. But there are bushes out there, so I don't know.
Maybe someone's trying to sneak into your house.
I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but I expected to give it a 3 out of 5 stars because I knew it was going to be a predictable love story. It's basically about a girl who goes on a cruise for her grandpa's birthday, and she gets seasick, and so she runs into this random suite so she could puke, and then she gets out of the bathroom, and she's hit in the face with pepper spray by the guy who lives there because he hears stuff, and he's like, oh my gosh, because he is part of the famous rock band Ready Set, which obviously isn't actually a famous rock band, but it is in the book, and so he was paranoid.
It's like a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah, it is. That's the whole... I was thinking that the entire time I was reading it, is this would make a perfect Disney Channel movie. It's cute, but it's not, like, anything life-changing. Alright, and so we're going to go to our 5 books. I actually have 6, but it's only because I started this one last month, and I'm going to finish it this month. The first one is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, and this actually came out last month. It's actually pretty good, and it has a lot of potential.
The first book, it's The Book Thief by Marcus. I'm giving him a new name. By Marcus Zusak. I'm really excited to read it. I also got from Devin for Christmas The Messenger, also by Marcus Zusak. So I'm going to read both of them. Probably not in January, but I'm reading this in January. I'm determined, and I'm excited about it.
And the second book I want to read is Winter Girls by Lori Halse Anderson. Almost all of these books have been in past to-be-read piles, so you'll probably recognize this, and it'll probably have a little bit of a deja vu going on right now.
And the next book, the sequel actually comes out this month, so if I read it and I really love it, I won't have to wait too long in agony, and that is Legend by Marie Lu. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Alright, and the next book I'm going to read actually wasn't on a to-be-read list last year, but I just got it for Christmas, and I've been wanting... And I've been wanting to read it for a really long time. And that is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I'm really, really, really excited for this, and it sounds really good, and I've been wanting to read it forever, and
Twin
I
books.
finally have it. So it's gonna happen, people. It's gonna happen. And the next one, a lot of people just got it at the end of this last year and probably read it because it's like 80-something pages, and that is Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. And I'm really excited about this, and whenever I showed my mom this book, she was like, oh, I've read that. I had to read it in high school. So this has been around for a while. No offense, Mom. And so this will be really easy. And I love the fact that it's got pictures, a whole bunch of pictures of seagulls. It's really, really pretty. And
Ariel Bissett
yes.
really, really liked this book. And she would, that book was actually recommended to her by somebody else. So I think Devin actually linked the video for that.
On my last video.
Yeah, so definitely check out Ariel's video because she's really good at discussions about books and things like that.
Yeah, it was like a visual essay. I was trying to think of a way to describe the video she did. It was like a visual essay, and it was really pretty, and I love that video.
I actually started reading this book, and I don't know why I stopped. I either like
Trying to get into it.
I don't remember what it was, but that's Cinder, and I think Scarlet is coming out.
I think it's this year. Is it this month?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this
month. That's exciting. I need to read that too.
But so I actually I've had this for quite a few months now, but I'm going to read it this month.
And the next book I'm going to read kind of goes with my resolution of branching out, and Robin said I had to read it because it's really good, and I've had this book for a while. And that is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte.
My next book was in a TBR from a while ago. It's Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone. And this was a book that was, like I said, recommended by John Green. I said all this in my video. And I love books that are like around, surrounded by murder. That sounds horrible. There's no way to say that like nicely.
But surrounded by murder.
But like around a murder, or like take place involving, or at least have something serious. Like it's nice, refreshing to get outside of a book that revolves around a relationship.
And the last book, so we can get done with this video that I'm sure has been going on forever. And it is a book I just got for Christmas, which is kind of blasphemy because everyone has read it. And that is The Selection by Kira Cass.
I'm so excited because we can talk about it now.
Yeah, plus Elite comes out soon. And yeah, and this cover is really pretty. And I don't normally like the whole girl in a gown thing, but it's just pretty. And so is the Elite cover. It's just pretty. I think it also has to do with like the typography and the little tiara and the colors, and it's also pretty.
And the last book on my TBR is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. So that was our to be read for January, and if you haven't gotten it by now, we're excited.
Excited and a little bit squirrely.
Yeah, just a little bit. So I'm gonna go home now and read all my books.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go home now.
Bye. End the video. Liesel, I love characters named Liesel.
Do you have Flaming Hot Cheetos?
No, they're regular Cheetos.
Okay. I should probably keep the book up here so you know what I'm talking about.
It's pretty.
There's a reflection. I can like... Okay, sorry. The first one is The Darkest Night. The first one is... What is on my book?
The first. Can we say the first one more time?
The first one. Okay.
I like that her eyebrows aren't perfect on this cover.
It's the small things for Robin.